Okay, today we are digging deep. I mean really deep, into the secret world of plants. And I can pretty much promise you, by the end of this, you will never look at a tree or a forest the same way again. We're about to pull back the curtain on a hidden world of movement, communication, and these unbelievable networks that'll completely change what you thought you knew. So let's get into it.
Just take a second. When you picture a plant, a tree in your backyard, a flower on the windowsill, what words pop into your head? What's the first thing you think of?
Yeah, I'm guessing words like passive, static, or just plain unmoving were right at the top of the list. And look, you're not alone. That's been the default view for pretty much all of human history. We see plants as the backdrop, the scenery. But, as we're about to find out, that perception couldn't be more wrong.
So first up, we have to tackle why we see them this way. Because the truth is, their stillness is really just an illusion. And it's an illusion that's created by our own human biology. Here's the whole secret right here. It's all about our perceptual timescale. We live our lives in a world of seconds, minutes, and hours. That's the speed at which we process reality. But plants, well, they operate on a completely different clock. One that's moving so much slower that, to us, it looks like nothing is happening at all.
So, what happens when we shift gears and try to see the world on their timescale? Well, that's when a whole world of motion and activity just explodes into view. Let's look at two major ways plants are constantly and very deliberately on the move.
This really lays it out perfectly, doesn't it? We see the hummingbird zip to a flower and back. That happens in seconds. But a plant's big moves, like a sunflower tracking the sun across the sky, that unfolds over an entire day. We're just living life on fast forward, and we're totally missing their slow, graceful dance.
And these are not random movements. No way. They are incredibly complex, calculated responses to everything happening around them. A stem bending towards a window is executing a really sophisticated strategy to get more light. Roots aren't just growing down, they are actively navigating an underground maze, searching for water, avoiding rocks. Plants are constantly repositioning themselves for survival. But it's not just about these slow little adjustments. Oh no, plants also undertake these epic journeys. Seed dispersal is basically their version of space travel, a way to colonize new worlds. By catching a ride on the wind, floating on water, or hitching a ride on some animal, a plant can send its kids, its DNA, miles and miles away. It's all about survival and expansion.
Okay, so we've established that a single plant is way more dynamic than we give it credit for. But now, we're about to take an even bigger leap. What if the whole idea of an individual plant is the biggest illusion of them all?
This quote just nails it. It's perfect. For centuries, we've been studying the single computer, right? Admiring its case, studying its keyboard, totally oblivious to the fact that it was plugged into this vast and visible network. That's the huge shift in thinking we need to make right now.
All right, let's plug in. It's time to zoom out and go beneath the surface to see what's really going on. To see the forest not as a bunch of trees, but as one single integrated system.
Meet the biological internet of the forest, the mycorrhizal network. Forget fiber optics, this thing is built from billions of tiny fungal threads that literally connect the roots of trees and other plants, linking them all together in this massive, sprawling web beneath the soil.
So, what does this network actually do? Well, it's mind-blowing. It's a resource economy, for one. It can move crucial nutrients like carbon from trees that have plenty to others that are in need. It's also an alarm system. It can send chemical signals to warn neighbors about an insect attack. It's even a social safety net, where huge old mother trees can actually feed and nurture little seedlings growing in their shade. The forest isn't just a collection of competitors. It's a collaborative superorganism.
But these fungal networks aren't the only way plants are connected. Some take it even further. A clonal colony. This is basically one single genetic being that is spread out over a huge area, sending up what look like separate trees. But underground, they can all still be physically linked, sharing resources to make sure the whole organism survives.
And the scale of this is it's hard to even wrap your head around it. Some of these colonies, like the famous Pando Aspen Grove in Utah, are considered one single living thing covering over 100 hectares. That's like one plant the size of a small town. It's one of the largest and oldest life forms on Earth, all functioning as one giant interconnected being.
So this idea of interconnectedness, it keeps going, down to an even more intimate level. The plant holobiont concept basically says we have to zoom in even more. A single plant isn't just a plant, it's a walking ecosystem. a team effort between the plant itself and this huge community of microbes living on and inside it. And these microbes aren't just along for the ride. They're essential. They're helping with everything from absorbing nutrients to fighting off diseases.
So, what does all this mean? What's the big takeaway? Well, this isn't just a cool biology lesson. It fundamentally changes how we need to think about and interact with the entire plant world. This new understanding, it demands a complete shift in how we do things. For forestry, it means the health of a forest isn't just about the number of trees you plant. It's about the health of the underground network that connects them. In agriculture, instead of treating every plant like an island, we can start to work with its microbiome to make it healthier and stronger. And for conservation, it shows that trying to save one species is kind of pointless if we don't also save the entire interconnected system it relies on to survive. When you boil it all down, this is the main idea. The plant kingdom isn't a collection of separate static objects, it's a dynamic, living network system. It's decentralized, it's collaborative, and, in its own way, it is deeply intelligent.
So I'm going to leave you with this question to chew on. The next time you're walking through a park or hiking in a forest, remember what's happening right there under your feet. You aren't just walking past individual trees. You are walking through a complex, living conversation that's been going on for millions of years. What does that change for you?